this is Ray Shiro, and you're watching Colonial Sports Center.
Run out on Colonial Sports Center. Can't read, can't write, can't state. But can they play softball? RMU ladies would find that out. And we're fumbling, grumbling, and stumbling down to lacrosse. Joe Walton for some men's and women's lacrosse. Hey, we're serving it up. Do you smell what's cooking? Colonial Sports Center starts next. Hey there, thanks for having us. What's good? Ray Shiro is good, the GM for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And Chris, I know you love him. What can you tell us?
Tremendous general manager. Well, while at the U.S. Hockey Tournament this week at the Island Sports Center, Justin Downs was able to get an interview with a very important man. Penguins general manager Ray Shiro spoke to Justin about Pittsburgh, or as others would call it, Hockey Town.
Hi, Justin Downs here with Pittsburgh Penguins general manager Ray Shiro. Ray, so nice to have you with us. How are you doing today?
Doing great, thanks.
Out of your busy schedule, what exactly are you doing here? How'd you find the time?
Well, actually, my son plays for the 95 Hornet team, and my wife is on the committee, and one of the volunteers here that's put in a lot of work. So I want to come and see some of the teams here. There's some great players playing here, and also want to support the Hornets at the same time.
You mentioned it's great for our area, and it certainly is. Is this like a spur-of-the-moment kind of thing where hockey's getting bigger and bigger in Pittsburgh as caused by the Penguins in large part? Is that really a tribute to what it's done for the area?
I think so. I think this goes all the way back to Mario Lemieux back in the early 90s, and you know, this building that we're in here at Island Sports is probably here because of that. And you know, the hockey here has really come a long way, and you know, I think the Penguins have been really involved with the Learn to Play now, and so kids are starting at such a younger age, and it's great to see some of the competitive players that come out of Pittsburgh, and certainly all the players that are here this weekend.
Well, no one's competing harder at the moment than the Pittsburgh Penguins, so I have to ask you, expectations, you're on a long road trip. You're getting ready to go off on that. What do you expect? How far can they go in the playoffs this year?
Well, we have to get there first, but we've played real well over the last 6 weeks, and Dan Bilesma has done a really good job for our staff, but at the same time, our players have really responded, so we've had to have a real good 6 weeks because, you know, we faltered there for a while early in the year, and, you know, so our first goal is to get in the playoffs and play good hockey getting there, which we are right now. So once we get there, we'll wait and see, but we just want to play good hockey and see where that takes us.
Absolutely, and we're looking forward to the playoff run. Good luck to you and the rest of the organization. Great to have you along with us. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Well, special thanks to Justin Downs and to Ray Shiro, and of course, go Penguins. Now, Matt, let's go back on campus. What do you have for us?
Actually, it's right down the road. Starting with my favorite sport on campus. Why? Well, because it's the closest thing to baseball. On a sunny afternoon, the Robert Morris University softball team met the Kent State Golden Flashes for a twin bill at the North Athletic Complex. I'm doing game one, and what you might learn, less is not always more. Here we go to the North Athletic Complex. Kent State in town. You can just feel it as you walk outside, Chris. Summer is on its way. Hot dogs and hamburgers. First inning, Ashley Hine steps in and steps out. 2-run shot. Hine went 2 for 2, 6 runs and 6 hits posted in the first for the Golden Flashes. Craig Coleman, seen enough. Alexa Bryson, after recording just 1 out, exited. Bryson's line read like this: 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them were earned. Second inning, hit parade continues off of Lindsay Moats. Jessica Carmichael to center field. She would later score. After that, it was Kylie Reynolds' time. Lauren Nizivasha, no can do. Allie Patton, sit down. Sarah Kopp, would fan. And Stacey Davidson is just browsing. Kayla Crooks, lots of love, girl, but you got to get the heck up out of here. Cap wears down again, and Kristen McDaniel rounds out the 7 strikeout victims of Kylie Reynolds as KSU rolls big time 11-0.
There's kind of a lot of strikeouts there, so we'll go to game 2. Hopefully it goes a bit better. You see the softball on the field. That indicates that we will, in fact, be playing softball this afternoon. Second inning, Susan Parrish apparently hits into a double play, but the fielder muffs the ball and she advances to first. Now, you're going to see Annie Dubovec go deep over the left field wall and over that person's head in the foreground as well, but I assure you, that went out. That was a home run, and we now move on to the third inning. Kent State is up to bat, and Heather Duhan of the Flashes goes to center, and that is a well-hit ball right there. Home run to the deepest part of the field.
Like Towles Hill in Houston.
Exactly. A stolen base attempt will turn into a rundown, but it's a trap because Annie Patton steals home and the runner is safe at second. Now Kristen McDaniel going to loop one into left field, and where we come from, we call that a ribby. And that was yet another run for the Colonials. On to the sixth inning. Brooke Panopinto goes over the center fielder's head, which leads to yet another RMU run. And it's over! 8-5, Robert Morris, your final score. Now let's take a look at the schedule, the NEC conference schedule coming up. Fairleigh Dickinson on the 4th, Sacred Heart on the 5th, Youngstown State 7th, Central Connecticut 10th, and St. Francis, PA, the cross-state rivals, on April the 18th.
Conference games last weekend, the softball team looked to use the midweek non-conference games as a bridge to the remaining games. And although the first game against Kent State did not go as planned, it was still a productive day. I had a chance to talk with the team afterwards. Doubleheader against Kent State was set to be a launching pad for a conference weekend, but it did not start well.
Well, in game one, Kent State showed up with their bats nice and hot, and they just basically steamrolled us. I mean, we threw Lex at them, and she's our freshman who's been pitching real well lately, and they hammered her, and then Lindsay came in, and it took her 2 or 3 innings before she could settle them down, but they just came out roaring with the bats. We knew it was going to be tough. The only way we were going to beat them was to really shut them down, and we certainly didn't do that.
Although the day did not begin as the team had hoped, it did end on a positive note.
Well, you know what? A lot of teams can't do that. I have a group of kids that are very gutsy kids, and they're character kids, and they come from behind all the time, and they bounce back after a bad game all the time. And, you know, this is just another example of them doing that. It's why I'm so proud of them.
Part of the positive was the ability of Alexa Bryson to bounce back in the second game from a poor outing in the first.
Well, you know, we scored virtually every inning as the game went on, and then they started to feel good about hitting Annie, and so we had to make the change and bring Lex back in. It was big for her to be able to come back after, you know, getting smacked around at the beginning of the first game, but after a couple of hours of time to think about it and recover, she came back strong as ever, and you know, we got a couple calls that helped us out, and we ended up winning the game. We outslugged them.
Changing the pitchers did not change the game plan that was already in place.
No, not really. Like I said, our main goal is to make sure we get ahead of our hitters. Lex came in and threw really well and shut them down. Annie was getting hit a little bit, so it was a good time for a pitching change. So Lex came in, just shut them down. No real changes in how we call the game, just focus on getting ahead of our hitters.
They looked to carry the momentum from the Game 2 win into the weekend.
Obviously it's conference, so conference always is bigger emotionally for the team, but we're taking this game. Kent's a very good team, so we're going to take this win and run with it and hopefully keep it going through conference.
With 4 conference opponents on the docket this weekend, the Lady Colonials look to improve their position in the standings. With the women's softball team, Ed Albert, Colonial Sports Center.
Okay, thank you, Ed. And if you stick around here on CSC, we'll have an interview with the pitcher that threw a no-hitter inning against the U.S. softball team last spring. That's right, Lindsay Moats will join us later on Colonial Sports Center.
In their conference opener last weekend, the RMU women's lacrosse team bounced back with a 19-14 victory over NEC foe Wagner on Friday afternoon at Joe Walton Stadium. RMU's 19 goals in the win is a season high for the squad. Here's how it played out against Wagner. Women's lacrosse, Wagner Seahawks in town. Janine Bright would find the back of the net right here, starting off for Wagner in the first half. Colonials haul it back, though, Kara Blakely, she had 6 points. Fun day for her. Later, Blakely had herself a day, doing it again. Ashley Levering behind the net to Emily Tomlinson. Seahawk netminder Alex Johnston, tough day, gave up 18. After recess, Kelly Blunden gets into the Seahawks net. And it was just downhill for the Seahawks after that. Take a look at that one more time. Oh, so pretty, you got to look at it twice. And RMU, that is Ashley Trombetta. She would score. Later, Aaron Finnegan will take the easy score for RMU. 19-14, RMU win. Justin Downs was on line 2 for us. But before, we're going to take a look here. Blakely, 5 goals. Very impressive for her. London had 4 goals for Wagner. Those are the 2 high scores. Bright also had 3 goals for Wagner. 2-1 for Wagner. RMU only 2 games so far. 500, what can you say? Other than a season high score of 19 goals. Justin Downs on line 2.
It had been exactly 1 month since the women's lacrosse team took the field at Joe Walton Stadium, having played their last 7 games on the road. Over that span, they posted a record of just 3-4. Needless to say, it was important for the team to make the most out of their return to Moon Township.
That was really tough. I mean, I think we had a 7-game away streak, and that was really tough on us, just always traveling and stuff. But it's really nice to get back here and be on our home field and pull off a win.
Yeah, it was actually really nice to be home. It was nice. It's fun being away, but at the same time, it's really nice to have home games because we have so many away. That's nice to have your fans and your family.
The Colonials exploded offensively against the Seahawks, tallying a season-high 19 goals, and leading the charge were seniors Kara Blakely with 5 and Emily Tomlinson with 3. Production from the upperclassmen is something that needs to continue if the team wishes to achieve their season goals.
Oh, it's big. I'm actually really proud of our seniors. We have a senior at every end of the field to do something important. But the rest of the team does their part, but our seniority and our leadership is really good this year.
I think that's a big part. Like, I think especially freshmen out there, they look to, call plays and let them know what we're doing and keep everyone settled and not get too anxious. Yeah, we have some great freshmen, and it's going to be really important for next year because we have 7 seniors leaving, and it's really important for them to step up.
Well, we're going to have to work together, and everyone's going to pull together, and we're just going to have to play up to our level and beat Sacred Heart and all of our competitors.
Yeah, we're definitely looking for some big wins this weekend coming up. We have 2 away games. I think we're up at Sacred Heart and Long Island, and those would be some really big games for us to win.
I think we're going to go to the NECs. I believe that we can do it, and as long as we play to our level, we can kick everyone else's butt.
Big win over the Wagner Seahawks gets the team back to 500 before continuing conference play on the road next week. With the women's lacrosse team, Justin Downs, Colonial Sports Center.
Thank you, Justin. Coming up after the break, a little something for all our fans down in Brazil as we have highlights of the latest exploits of Igor Neves and the tennis team. Keep it here.
Colonial Sports Center. You ready?
Here on the campus of Robert Morris, we have both a men's and a women's tennis team. They try really hard and we like them a lot, so we're going to show some highlights of their latest match against St. Bonaventures as they prepare for the upcoming NEC tournament. So here they are taking on the Bonnies in the SBU Tennis Center. Very glamorous, although it appears to be contained entirely within my attic. Anyway, first
They might
single.
want to redo that.
I suggest that they do that. It doesn't look good for their program. And Callie Delory there, she's playing for the Colonials in this first singles match, and she's not able to get to that one.
Get some drywall or something.
Some paint or something, yeah. But that one, another good one by Delory, but that one out of her reach. But she goes right back and working those lines. And again, even John McEnroe can argue against that one. And the first serve by St. Bonnie's on that one, no good, but you do get two. You can fault once, but you can't have a double fault. So second crack at it, and it's an ace. How about that? St. Bonaventures in their glamorous home, beating the Colonials 6-1.
Hey, how about men's tennis? And you want to talk about scuffling. 2-14. I'm sorry, guys. That's not very good. First doubles, Igor Neves and Dave Pinto. Igor has Brazil pride. We always say that. A little bit of ladder. Dave Pinto, Nina Santa Maria. That's teamwork. Again, Pinto one more time, doing his thing like a chicken wang. You know what? Let's recall that. That deserves to be seen twice, and guess what? That's a Fave 5 nominee.
With authority.
Hopefully I didn't scare anybody. But St. Bonnie's Jonathan Luce and Chris Post take care of Neves and Pinto 8-5. Second doubles results don't vary. Aaron Haas would slam it down there for RMU, but unfortunately Bonnie's prevail again. Victor Lucena and Diego Valdenegro, say that 3 times fast, would top Aaron Haas and Sean Curley. Hey Mo! 7-zip, St. Bonnie.
This team did not do as well today as we'd hoped. St. Bonaventure is a very good Atlantic 10 team with some very solid players, but some of our matches should have been closer. Overall, it wasn't a very good day. The girls team put up a hard fight today. They were missing their number 2 player, who was sick actually, and it's just they put up a good fight, missing 2 of their normal starters. We have a match senior day actually next Thursday before Easter, so everybody come out and watch it. We will take NECs.
Every now and then we do a segment here at CSC called Lessons Learned. So what we do is take 2 CSC employees that really the only thing they have in their head is hot air via Clark Carnes and Todd Lewis and send them for a good lesson. Here's 3 and some change with CSC's finest and the NEC basketball champs.
Inside and nicely done by Iffy Iram.
Ready to do this? Chad. Really, dude? Sorry, dude.
What are you guys doing? You're doing it all wrong. All right, get on the line for a suicide. All right, guys, I'm going to teach you guys about the shot. You want to have your feet shoulder width apart. Good job, boys. What you're going to do is you're going to bend, 90-degree angle, and pop your wrist. That's it. It's supposed to go through the hoop, guys. Through. Come on. Anybody know the most high percentage shot in the game? Most high percentage shot is the layup. I'm extending my right leg up, and I'm shooting a shot.
Water break, let's go. Let's do it.
Not in my house. Ah! That's how you jump. My name is Ethan Hiram, and you guys are watching Lessons Learned. Come on, guys!
Hey, if you want more Todd and Clark's crazy sports annex, connect to colonialsports.com or email Nazari Dorash at nazaridorash@gmail.com. Make sure to email him hourly because this guy is just looking for someone to take some time off of his hands. We're coming back with Gretchen Adler and Lindsay Moats. Don't go away.
Colonial Sports Center. You ready?
Endurance. Commitment. Sacrifice. Rowing is the ultimate team sport. The Robert Morris University women's rowing team is looking for walk-ons. If you're strong, athletic, and have a great attitude, we'd love to have you on the team. You have nothing to lose.
I'm David Dietrich.
And I'm Susan Defino.
Our extension is 3865.
Colonial Sports Center. You ready?
What's up, Colonial fans? Thanks again for joining us once again this evening. I'm Gretchen Adler and very excited to be back on the show, but I'm even more excited to introduce to you Lindsay Moats, who is a pitcher on our softball team here at Robert Morris. So thank you very much, Lindsay, for joining me tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Sure, and I wanted to start off by asking you a little bit about yesterday's game against Kent State. You played a doubleheader. The first game didn't go, I'm sure, as you planned. It was a little bit rough, but the second game you definitely drastically improved. And I just wanted to maybe ask you what you felt was the reason for that.
After the first game, we were pretty embarrassed with how it came out. Kent State has always had a really good team, and you know, we didn't do as well as we would have liked to that first game. So we, you know, huddled after the first game and decided what we needed to do differently and come out with a win, and we did. So
Absolutely. And you guys did pretty good in the UMBC Spring Classic as well, winning 3 of 5 games. I'm sure you guys worked really, really hard to do that. And what do you think the team feels about their performance in this game?
I definitely think the team was really pleased with how we did at UMBC. 3 games, you know, is better than none. We would have liked to have won all 5, but the 2 that we did lose, you know, we figured out what we needed to do differently, and we played some really good competition, so we were really pleased with how we did.
Right, and you guys have a huge weekend coming up this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, against Fairleigh Dickinson and Sacred Heart. And in the past, you have beat these teams. But with that said, how do you feel about the confidence level going into this weekend?
I think we're really confident. We definitely want to sweep them, and we need to sweep both teams to really keep doing well in the conference. Fairleigh Dickinson has not always been the greatest team in our conference, so we should definitely, hopefully, stomp all over them. Sacred Heart's a scrappy team, and we're going to have to, you know, work together and play well, and hopefully we'll come out with 4 wins this weekend.
Absolutely. And we only have time for one last question, but I definitely wanted to ask you, I'm sure that your coach, Craig Coleman, and you guys as a team have been working very hard at setting goals for yourself for the rest of the season. Could you tell us a little bit about those goals?
Yeah, we, you know, came out in the beginning of the season not really working as well as a team as we would have liked to. We weren't meshing, so we've really just been trying to continue to grow and work together as a team, and just, you know, hopefully we'll come out on top at the end. So just keep working at it.
Hopefully you will. Well, I wish you all the best of luck for the rest of this season, and thank you very much for joining me tonight. Sure. And folks, stay tuned, because up next we have the top 5 plays of the week. And athletes, you might just want to stay tuned as well, because you just might see yourself on camera. So don't go anywhere. The Fave 5 is next.
I'm David Dietrich.
And I'm Susan Defino.
Our extension is 3865.
Colonial Sports Center. You ready?
Fave 5 plays of the week, people. Best segment here on Colonial Sports Center. Coming in at number 5, I got it. Colonials and Wagner. Ashley Levering to Ashley Trombetta. Now you see me, and now you don't. Colonials roll past Wagner 19-14 at Joe Walton.
NHL 94 style one-timer there. Here is Neves and Pinto, the dynamic duo. It's like, you know, Abbott Costello, except with more tennis talent. Look at that. He's saying, I don't want the ball, you guys can have it. And there was much rejoicing.
To the diamond, where my good friend Lindsey Valley, the pride of Kent State, would be loving this highlight. Kylie Reynolds, you just can't touch her. Reynolds struck out 7 of the 17 batters she faced in a complete game, one-hit wonder. 11-0, Kent State wins.
Staying on the softball diamond, Ashley Hine, 9! Going deep to left field, just inside of the fair pole, as Warner Wolf would call it. I don't think it did, but 6 runs in the first inning with only 1 out.
Numero uno, game 2 of the Twin Bill against Kent. Kristen McDaniel puts a good swing on one. Texas Leaguer to the left field and scores 1. RMU wins game 2, 8-5. Jackie Timko, a freshman, tearing it up. 379 she's hitting. Very impressive freshman. We look to see her in the future. Take a look at your weekend results for all Colonial sports. Men's lacrosse against Hofstra, loss. Softball against Monmouth, split. And softball at St. Mary's. Well, you saw it right there. RMU home sports, softball and against Fairleigh Dickinson Saturday, 1 and 3 p.m. It's a doubleheader. Sunday, 12 and 2, also a doubleheader. Men's lacrosse against Drexel. And you can also check that out on colonialsportscenter.com, or even go to rmusports.com, and you can check out all of the episodes that we've done previously and episodes in the past and not coming in the future.
So great, we got 2 URLs. I'm Chris, that's Matt.
Yeah.
So long.
Adios, hasta luego. Any other goodbyes?
Yeah, whatever. Auf Wiedersehen.